Hey, what's up guys, MassShiny here, come back with a brand new video for you guys. Now today we're going to be talking about the market crash that is currently going on Steam. What is the potential cause of that? And specifically, the cause lies in a form of an operation, at least in my opinion. But the thing is, we're not seeing a specific operation, rather we saw an update. Today we're going to be taking a deeper look into this update and what some people are misconstruing along with everything else. But first, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, Skinport. Today's video is sponsored by Skinport. Now, Skinport is a super quick and easy way to pick up some brand new skins. Now, if you're looking to buy on the website, it's going to be completely free. There's no buyer's fee. And if you're looking to sell, it's only going to be 12%, which is a small price to pay for being 100% secure. Now, the reason I go with Skinport is because they've got a 4.9 out of 5 on Trustpilot with 10,000 reviews, over 400,000 skins on the site. But the biggest thing is they're able to cash out to your local currency completely seamlessly. Combine that with the fact they've got skins so much cheaper than the Steam community market, and there's no reason not to. Make sure to check them out with the top link in the description or the pinned comment. Let's hop on into it. Now, there's a couple very important things you need to understand. The first thing is we are seeing an Anubis collection. It's going to happen between now and the Paris Major. Whether it's released at the Paris Major or not is really not that important. Basically, the important fact is we're seeing an Anubis collection sometime in the next 6 months. But the thing is, a lot of people, and specifically a couple YouTubers, are taking this information and misconstruing it. They're saying that the correlation between new collections and new operations is there when it is in fact not there. This has led a lot of them to falsely say that there's going to be an operation very soon. And while that is very possible, it's not something you can say with certainty because it is not correct. They're saying that correlation does equal causation, which is 100% completely false. You can see all these different graphs that line up perfectly, and this is basically roughly the examples they're giving in their videos. Not obviously to this extreme, but they're doing it in CSGO terms. It's something that I want you to specifically be aware of because it's something that could be impacting your decisions next time and something that is not going to turn out well for you. Now let's talk specifically about the update. Basically, Anubis is in and Dust 2 is out. This has led a lot of mayhem on the market. We're seeing a lot of people dumping all of their souvenir money into the souvenir package for Dust 2. Now this is very popular because we're starting to see with Stockholm and even the Antwerp packages that the demand for the Dust 2 package has went absolutely insane. The price of it has doubled and then started to fall back down a little bit, still sitting at around 150% of the purchase price you could, and the thing is you can still purchase it for Rio. So the fact that we're seeing this increased demand is probably not going to be very good long term when compared to Rio. Rio is probably going to be containing a much lower price point, which is probably going to hurt the souvenir packages for Stockholm and Antwerp quite a bit. Now I would say people are also most likely being influenced by the fact that the Cobblestone souvenir package is so expensive and that these packages could potentially reach those price points, which is very unlikely. And honestly, the demand we saw for these skins was already super low. The fact that anyone would be opening up these Dust 2 souvenir packages in the future is very low, and therefore I think we're going to see a very stale item just like it was before the update at probably just a little bit of a higher price point. Now personally, I made a significant amount of profit off of this because I just immediately bought on third-party marketplaces like Skinport, and then I went ahead and sold them immediately on the Steam market. Basically, I spent around $3 for a package on Skinport, which was a little bit overpriced, but it didn't matter because the price had gone up so quickly and I wasn't necessarily the first person there, but I was still able to sell that for around $6 on the Steam market, which is an insane profit margin and something I highly suggest you make sure you're doing next time an update like this comes around. Now let's get to the market crash, something that is arguably the most important part of the video. What we're seeing right now is a huge downturn for so many different staple items. The biggest one is the cases. We're seeing so many cases, like the glove case is a great example. The fact is we've seen consumer demand for this item fall significantly, and we're seeing a lot more people trying to sell, probably because of this update and the fact that most people now have the perception an operation is very close. And while this is not necessarily right or wrong, it is just the current state of the market and something you need to be aware of. Right now, the market has quickly shifted from being a seller's market to now it's potentially a buyer's market, and the fact that we could see an operation is very iffy, and especially considering this operation might not even drop prices very low because prices have have already been on the decline. This is very different from what we usually see during this time of year. If we don't see an operation, usually prices tend to go up around the winter months. This is something that is really important when we're seeing that consumers are strongly believing there is going to be an operation. So many different polls suggest that December is the time people believe an operation is going to be coming, and the precedent that has been set by Valve is the fourth quarter of the year, and considering we're entering the last month of the fourth quarter, it is highly likely that we could see an operation development start to begin, but not guaranteed, as I proved in the introduction of this video. That's a very important differentiation you need to have. It could be very likely, but it's never going to be guaranteed. Now, as I always mention, the biggest indicator of whether the consumer demand is starting to fall off or not is the active duty cases, and the active duty cases are going absolutely terrible, or at least they're going perfect if you're looking for an indicator consumer demand is falling significantly. If we want to look at the Dreams and Nightmares case, it is currently down 33% from peak to bottom, which is absolutely crazy, going from around 72 cents in less than a week ago to now bottoming out at 48 cents, and it's roughly rebounded to maybe around that 50-cent range, but that's still extremely bad for people that were potentially trying to invest into the Dreams and Nightmares case for some reason. But basically, it's really good for proving that the demand is falling so significantly, and something that could potentially help you out in the future. I don't know, it's not really very applicable to the Dreams and Nightmares case. It's more applicable to the Clutch case, which has seen a drop, but it's not as significant, which means that we're not fully entered into this lower demand. If you didn't get what I was saying right there, absolutely okay. Basically, we're seeing some of the active duty cases fall down in their consumer demand, leveling the fact that we are seeing some decreased consumer demand overall, which basically means that we're inching towards an operation-like market, which basically means that people are betting there's going to be an operation. They're starting to maybe hoard a little bit more cash or not really invest back into the market. It's something that happens right before a recession in a true economy, and it's something we're starting to see a little bit more here in the CSGO and Steam market. Now, if you believe there is no operation to come, this could potentially be that buying opportunity you're looking for. We're seeing a lot of items that were in demand, at least beforehand, like the Spectrum 2 case, are down 20%, going from 75 cents to 60 cents. Honestly, Spectrum 2 case is something I'm very invested into because I think it has a lot of potential. Obviously, take that as what you will. But the thing is, there's still a ton of other cases that are down pretty significantly. We've got the Glove and the Breakout case, which are down around 10% each, which is still a pretty decent discount. Obviously, do your own research and don't make a haste decision, but it's something I think at the bare minimum you should check out. Obviously, the biggest thing I want to say is speculation about operations has always been high, and everyone is looking for any excuse they can get to talk about an operation for the views. Therefore, make your own smart decisions, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.